Alright, so this is going to be 6 ways I learned to be more self-aware. And the first one I'm going to say is going to be meditating. Yeah, I actually just did it right now. And it also helps to like calm you down, because usually a lot of the time I'm anxious. I don't know why. It's just probably, I don't know, it's naturally who I have been. I'm not saying that's who I am, but meditating has helped me to, like, for the most part, calm my thoughts. Calm my thoughts, slow them down a little bit. Sometimes silencing them. I wouldn't say all the time. But yeah, also it helps me be less anxious. And if you do it enough consistently, you can actually watch your thoughts and your thought patterns. So it's a really good tool if you do it consistently. I think, what was the longest thing? I think the longest time I've ever done it was like an hour, and that was pretty crazy. But yeah, I would say meditating is the first thing. And then the second thing I would say is being alone. Just being alone, especially out in nature, especially when I used to smoke weed, like, I wouldn't say a lot, but fairly regularly. I would actually go out to the in the forest and smoke a little bit of weed and actually meditate at the same time. That was actually pretty powerful. Actually, smoking weed actually got me into a little bit deeper states of meditation. It was pretty interesting. I wouldn't recommend smoking weed, but it helped me sometimes. Oftentimes, actually, it led me to being anxious and overthinking. So I would just be careful with that. Not offering advice, I'm just saying how I did it. And just being alone is just, and a lot of the time it made me notice my thoughts, my negative thoughts, my positive thoughts. And just being alone actually helped me to notice my emotions too as well. That was pretty powerful. Because I used to be out of touch a lot with my emotions. I can't believe that. A lot of the times, especially when I felt stifled, I would feel a tightness in my chest and my throat. And I would like squeeze my stomach, like, I would be like mad for some reason. But being alone helped me be more self-aware. And obviously don't be alone all the time, because you need to be social. We are social creatures, and in my opinion, you need to socialize regularly. Because if you don't, you just get weird. And anxious too as well. Weird, especially weird. Yeah, look at me. But yeah, and also just in general, just noticing my thoughts and my thought patterns in day-to-day life. Also, when I'm stressed, I like to watch my thought patterns when I'm stressed, when I'm calm, and also when I'm happy, because it's just a good thing to notice your thoughts, because you can also notice what makes you happy more often, and just notice your thoughts more often. And another thing, I would say number 4 is I paid attention to how I behaved and responded to various people and situations. Because obviously you're different in another situation compared to another situation. But if you can notice how you respond and how your thoughts are, you can be more self-aware in different situations with different people. So yeah, I would say put yourself in different situations and challenge yourself to notice what your mind is like and how your emotions are. And number 5, I would also say watching others' reactions to me actually provided like pretty valuable insights, because then you know how you're coming across. Like, say if you're being weird or socially uncalibrated, usually people's reactions are gonna be like, okay, or like, are you high or are you drunk? Usually that's a good indicator, especially when you're sober. If they're asking you, it's a good thing to be interesting, but once you hear that, be like, no, I'm just kidding. you want to tone it back a little bit and call out the obvious. And just watching other people's reactions to you, for the most part, it makes you self-aware, because you're noticing how you come across, which in return makes you more self-aware of how you're coming across. Yeah, that's what I say. And then number 6, I would say journaling. Journaling my thoughts and problems helped me pretty much process everything. Because if you put it down on paper, I used to do this a lot, especially gratitude journaling. That helped me for a while. That was even when I was like, there's no more things I could be grateful for. But then I forced myself, and that actually made me a lot happier. But also, for being self-aware, I would actually just sometimes I would just like a regular textbook paper with all the lines and shit. I would say to myself, I would say, you can't get up until you fill this whole paper with just words. It can be incohesive. It can be, well, it should be cohesive, but it could be totally random words, random thoughts. But it's got to be all on one paper, and you can't stop until you're done. You can take as long as you want. You just can't stop. And it's actually better to be spontaneous and just keep going and force yourself to keep going, even though it might be stupid or you might have spelling mistakes, like I often did a lot. But that helped me a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much, I would say, the 6 ways I learned to be more self-aware. Let me know what you think.